really do enjoy that intro with it. I just
yeah. We just
welcome
gotta
BC, welcome everybody.
we gotta get our like faces put on there, That way it's actually like not just some silhouettes.
Yeah, well, okay. That's for an AI video generation coming soon to a channel near you, probably. Oh man, welcome everybody. I can see people are just jumping in. Appreciate you being here. Sorry we started a few minutes late, but we are now here. Let me just put that up there so you know the drill. Smash the like button, share this thing out, and yeah, subscribe if you have not already done so. And appreciate everybody kind of checking on in. We got a bunch of people on YouTube so far. Appreciate that. And we always get a good turnout on X, so I'm sure people are going to start chiming in there too. Appreciate everybody. I'm hoping everybody's Monday has been pretty good. How about you, BC? Is your Monday been pretty good or what?
It's been a Monday.
I understand. Yeah, Mondays can be that pain in the ass week. Yeah, I get that. And just for everybody's who knows, Badel's coming. He's running a bit late, but he will be here. So just so everybody knows, we got some
Something
stuff to
about a
talk about
haircut,
today.
right?
Yeah, something about a haircut. So I don't. Hopefully, you got a beard cut too. I'm just saying.
he might look extra fresh this evening. So
Yes, he might.
yeah.
Maybe even put some of that help me beard lotion on in there.
Beard oil or
beard
like
oil. That's it.
like
Yeah. That's
might
the
come
one.
on looking all shiny.
Yes. We'll see. We'll see what he brings. What kind of game he's bringing? Let me flip the comments on here. And matter of fact, I'll put myself over here so that way it's not covering you up. And let's go and check the chat. What do you say?
Sounds good.
Chris Klein is in the house. Yes, appreciate you being here. That's right. Let's go, Chris. Appreciate you. And he's got it going already. Look at that. Smash the like. I don't need to tell you. He
knows
you.
What's up.
That's right. He knows the drill here. And I love this. Shuby Bucket's in the chat if you're a channel member watching on my channel. But almost bedtime here. Damn, 50 hits on. Please. Oh man. Anyway, Floki's Angels in the house. Appreciate you being here as well. Let's see. Wick's wife in the house. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Cheers to you. Matter of fact, you know what? I it's only flavored water, but cheers to you.
That's one way to do
it. Chris saying hey to BC. Let's see, what do we got? And Wick is in the house. Nice. Waiting on that 2K tariff stimmy. Yeah, like in waiting for the 5K Doge. I'm telling you, man, that ain't coming. I'm sure we'll kind of get to that. And I know from those of you who were watching Piper this morning, he kind of covered some of the latest on that a little bit. But I was never, it was kind of one of those, I'll believe it when I see it scenarios with regard to that 2K stimmy check, or at least for me. What about you, BC?
Well, I mean, it was just thrown out from the get-go, which it's like to see it happen this early is kind of like wishful thinking. Like he's saying potentially next year. So we'll see how that all goes. It makes sense though, because it counteracts a lot of the negative complaints everyone has had from tariffs. So,
well, in theory,
we can dive into we can dive further into it when we get to the article, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, like Piper was going over this morning, now they're kind of like, oh, well, maybe it'll be in the form of a tax break, or maybe this, or maybe that. And yeah, like I said, believe it when I see it. But let's say hi to the rest of the chat. We got Andy in the house. Appreciate Andy being here. She showed up earlier on my earlier stream today when I said Ave, and poof, there she was. Did somebody say Ave? And yes, I did. And Automatic Beats was also there this morning. He was at the gym at the time. I'm guessing he's probably at home by now. Maybe work. I don't know. Automatic Beats, appreciate you being here, man. Let's see. And now it's this morning he put Zcash to 10K, and I was like, geez, man, I don't know about that. Not in this cycle, and now it's 15K. There it is. There it is. Any thoughts you want to add about Zcash?
It is doing pretty decent.
It is doing well. Again, like I said this morning, no shade on Zcash. I like privacy coins, and I think we're going to need them, especially if you live in the EU. I don't. That's a whole other story.
I honestly hadn't paid much attention to Zcash's price. It's looking a lot like Dash did.
Yes.
So I mean, there's something about a good old token that's got utility that just like really makes you want to buy it, more than like a poop coin would. It's like or a meme coin,
Yeah.
The one thing I will give credit to is like they're actually buying something with utility that has an actual purpose, as
Fair
opposed to it's like, oh well, Sheem has a super low market cap, let's pump it up. Whereas in like Zcash, it has utility and all of that. They chose it mainly because it had like the low liquidity in it. It was super easy to just pump it up. Same kind of like Dash had lower liquidity, but also it's got a very active network. So it wasn't too hard to really drive into that.
Yep. Yeah. Fed the excitement and passion that already kind of existed there, which is great. Wait, I think I hear Badel. Here he is. Well, all right. At least the top of his head is here. Well, there he is.
Yeah,
all right.
Sorry, I'm late. Let's get my hair cut and beard trim.
I was gonna say, come on, show it off. Show it off. Let's go. Hold on. Let's put you here, and we'll do this. Yeah, go ahead. Show that off.
I mean, it looks a little uneven, but we're just
you gotta comb it out.
I don't know, Badel. I think you look more gray now. What the hell's going on with that, dude?
It's called getting old.
Yeah.
You got a haircut and it aged him 10 years.
My God. Oh my goodness.
Well, we didn't really touch any of this. We just kind of like went like a number 8 over here and then kind of faded it down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it looks good. I'm just seeing more gray than I normally notice in your beard. That's all.
It's probably because he's in the house and not in the garage.
I mean, if I sat back like this and had like a
it looks all it looks brown.
Shirt on, it'd probably help. It'd help hide it a lot. But
Andy saying 4 on the top, 2 on the sides of the head. No,
3
maybe
on the hair all the way around, and then 8 from the ears to like here, and then it was like an 8 turn like a 45, 1 row, and then just kind of cut the little stragglers off.
There you go. And you should have touched the beard. Oh boy. Yeah. Listen, hey, you're looking good there, Badel. Looking good. Looking good.
Now we just got to get you. We got to get yours out a little bit further. November hasn't shown up as much as I thought it was going to for you.
No. Well, you know what? In fairness, I really haven't shaved in probably about almost 2 weeks. But my beard grows. Okay, it does the the spotty thing, and then it fills in after that. So I have like trimmed up the like stragglers, like Badel said, that was just kind of like bing bing bing. But I'm just kind of letting it grow at this point. So we'll see. I got to tell you guys, when I let it get as long as like you guys got going on, I sit there going. So I don't know how long I'm going to let that happen.
It depends on it. Honestly, it depends a lot on your skin and things like that. So it's like a lot of people really can't do this because it will, like, mine's oily, but I'm also like with my darker complexion have oilier skin, so it
Yep.
doesn't really bother me much. But like shaving will make me break out because I have
Sure.
oily skin. So that's why I don't shave.
There you go. And Chris is saying, ain't nothing for gray compared to what I have, and I'm only 38. Uh-oh. Seriously, Chris? Come on now. Stress? What is it?
It's called crypto.
Oh, it's called Chris is like that meme of the guy that looks like he's older than me, but I'm 27. Yeah.
What do you mean crypto ain't stressful? Hey, I
And
mean, it's probably nowhere near as stressful as working for the federal government was during that shutdown.
yeah, no doubt. We start talking, and yeah, there we go. It's Chris saying, yeah, a lot of stress. Badel, you want to answer that, and then we'll jump into that whole government shutdown thing.
I put my answer between the last.
Oh,
two
you
comments.
did? Oh, I
I
missed it. Oh,
show it.
then I'm gonna just be on quiet because like that's it. Listen, this is all blurry to me. With this new setup I've got going here, I have to have the camera, the laptop so close to me. It's like, oh my god, it's just a blur. It's a blob. Anyway, what am I gonna do? What are you gonna do? All right, BC, you're driving for this first part of this, so why don't you bring up what you want, and we'll start getting down that rabbit hole.
So let me get a screen shared. Here we go. Yeah, so we all knew what the news was. The government shut down, and they were talking about a lot of data that might be coming afterwards. And then they turned around and told us, haha, joke's on you. You will get no data. So White House officials say October jobs and inflation data are likely to never be released. And I thought that was quite fascinating. They did make an addendum to that. They're going to release some of the data, just not all of the data. So like we won't get CPI, we won't get PPI, we will get like a little bit of basic inflation data. We will get some of the jobs numbers, but not like all of the jobs numbers. So it really makes you wonder, it's like, how bad is it that you want to hide it? And it really gives you worry to what's going to go on with the Fed decision next month.
Yep.
Especially since this is the first time in years that we've seen a dissent in the Fed like we have, where you've got some Fed board members saying, oh, we need a heavy cut. And then some Fed board members are saying, another 25 basis point cut. And then some are just saying, hold off. And we've never really had a giant split like that. We've had, them not agree. Where
right.
like three years ago, was the last time you really had that dissent. Whereas then you go back to like 08, 09, you really had massive dissent where some are talking about heavy cuts. Some are talking about light cuts. Some are talking about holding off because inflation is bad. And we're in that same position. And now they're not even going to give us the data.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you guys. I mean, do you think that that's on purpose, or is it just like the hell with it at this point? You know what I mean? We're already getting into the next month's worth of data.
Well, I mean, it's definitely on purpose. Whereas Trump has been wanting cuts.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's been hounding for cuts. He's wanted a full 3-point reduction, which is massive. And, the government shutdown was convenient in more ways than just one. And this is just one of those. Where now, because they don't really know what the data is, the data that they're going to get here soon is really going to push them towards, I don't know if you saw the jobs numbers, but we had a 65% decrease in the job force on those job losses. So, or increase on those job numbers, which is the biggest increase we've seen since 2022, or in 2 decades. So you're talking about '09 type style job losses.
Yeah, from like the 08 crisis. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what let me tell you, it's just been weakening and weakening and weakening. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it's to the point you can actually see it now. I mean, even if you're not paying complete full attention, you can see it, my opinion.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you hear like layoffs literally every week. Employers are talking about layoffs, and those jobs, they're not like just laying people off and then being like, oh, well, we'll hire people back later. They're just saying those jobs don't exist anymore.
Yep.
And that's the
I think
kind
it
of
depends on like the field that you're in, because like during the 08, the housing market crash, like my work slowed down, but I was still busy as hell. I mean, and then with 2019 and in 2019, 2020, the C word, like my work picked up even more and I was making more money than I ever made. So it's like, I mean, like, and things that I did back then, which is just home improvement work, custom tile shower decks, things like that. Like, you can't really hire a robot right now to do that. I mean, maybe in 30, 40 years, but if you're just an assembly line worker or work in a warehouse that you drive a forklift all day, yeah, you're easily replaceable by a robot.
Yep. And you bring up a good point. I mean, something we've discussed here on this show many times, right? Well, especially the one where we were talking about AI. We're at that pivot point right now with, the adoption of AI for so much stuff. It's just insanity. So that's only going to add to these job loss numbers, in my opinion.
Well, and then they were talking about forcing a bill on these employers now, where it's like, if you say these job losses are because of AI, you're actually going to have to prove that. And I'm actually a big fan of that, a bill that actually backs like the human labor force. Because, just say you're going to cut 30,000 jobs at Amazon, I guarantee you don't have the robots required to have that go on. These were mostly warehouse workers, and I'm betting you don't have 30,000 robots that are going to be replacing those people immediately. So
hold on, because okay, I understand 30,000 jobs, right? But if you think about a warehouse, they work 2 shifts, maybe 3 shifts, right? So if you cut that number in half, say 2 shifts, that's only 15,000 robots. If you cut that number into a third, saying 3 8-hour shifts working 24 hours, that's what a robot can do. So now they only need 10,000 robots to replace $30,000 or 30,000 jobs. So
depends how it's spread out and things like that.
It's a 1-to-1 ratio all the time.
But I mean, like you do make a good point, but I like we would have heard like Amazon would have rolled it out like, look, we've got another full robotic warehouse, which is what they did last time. When they fired a bunch of people and made a full robot warehouse, it made news. Like they were bragging about it.
My question is, okay, but you're saying they're going to try and require the employers to prove that they're truly AI cuts. What's the point? They're going to cut. What's the difference in proving that it's an AI cut? They're not going to get any supplemental whatever from it. I'm legitimately asking the question.
You wouldn't be allowed to. Those people would get if you're saying it's an AI cut and you cut those jobs because of AI and you can't prove that AI actually replaced that workforce, then those people aren't like I'm not sure exactly what it would be, but I would assume that these people wouldn't be allowed to be fired then. I know that's a little in the weeds on things, and like,
well, and that's why I was asking. I was like, what's it matter? Reduction in workforce. It's just the why of the thing. Yeah, that's all. That's
I mean, most employers can fire any employee at any time for
Mhm.
any reason.
Well, and
So it's
that's
like
kind of yeah.
if you're
Yeah.
going to say that though, and it ends up being not, it just depends on how they want to do it. You know,
Hmm.
are we going to penalize you? Are we going to fine you as a penalty? Are we going to make it where you're now paying these people that you fired because you said that their job was being replaced by a robot and it's not? Like, there's a whole lot of complexities to it that we just don't know yet. But
It
like a
sounds to
lot
me
of
like
these
the government's
companies,
making a reason to dip their hand in somebody else's bank account and take however much money that they feel is right.
but I mean, like the biggest reason that I'm kind of okay with it is you're talking about the mass reduction of workers across the board. How is anyone going to be able to pay for anything if no one has a job because you're just gonna replace us all with robots? You're going to have to pay us anyway. So like, what's the difference? You know, if AI is going to take my job and the robots are going to take your job, then none of us are making money. We can't buy your good anyway. So it doesn't matter. It ends up a moot point and it's all pointless. You replaced us all for no reason because now no one can buy your stuff.
It's all going back to that universal basic income that was
Well,
brought up
Which they're going to have to
2
pay.
3
Exactly.
years ago, maybe more.
Yeah, it'd be a UBI, but the thing, the caveat of it all is that they'd be footing the bill.
See, now that's the part I don't appreciate about it. I mean, listen, I think there are other way. Well, without getting into the whole UBI discussion, maybe that's a different live stream.
No.
But there are, I think, additional ways and means by which we could potentially have a UBI. But again, that you're right. They would have to come up with something. Yeah, like Andy's saying here right now, AI robots great for repetitive tasks, etc., etc. Yes, exactly. And Kevin, I see you jumping on in here. Welcome. And Jay Violet's in the house. Jay Violet emojis if you're on my channel. So let me ask you guys this before we get off of the government shutdown topic here. Most people that I've interacted with, like I'm talking IRL, it's like the government was shut down. I don't know, whatever, again, unless it was about the SNAP benefits or whatever it was, you know what I'm saying? But like most working class people, the people who are sitting here on this screen, and probably the majority of the people in the chat, it's like unaffected by this government shutdown. So this bill that they signed, they got passed, et cetera, only brings us to what is it? The 27th of January, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So we're going to be sitting there on the precipice again in like less than 2 months. So I don't know what where are we going to be in 2 months? And quite frankly, should we be caring if the government is shut down? Those are my two questions to you guys here on the panel.
Well, you probably know my answer, and that's a giant middle finger to that federal government that does very, very little to actually help most of us on our daily lives, and mostly just impedes us for living our daily lives. It wouldn't bother me too much if they closed on down, as long as we, instead of fight about it, are actually like, hey, you know what? We actually don't need you. Let's build a society where we can depend on our fellow man. It's like, I'm struggling, you're struggling. How can we not struggle together? And instead of being all angry at each other and depending on big daddy government to take care of everything, we're like, hey, we actually don't need you. Maybe just do the small things that you need, a few roadways, handle the border, our military, and then just get out of everything else. Us as our local communities will decide how we actually want to run things.
Yep.
It might be a little. It might be a little more expensive, yes, but like that's where the government is in control of intercommerce for for states, well, now you design intercommerce between states that actually benefits both of those states, but you don't actually get in the weeds of it. You're like, hey, California, it's super important that you do some business with these Midwestern states that have a lot of the stuff that you need. And we're going to caveat this where you're already paying for some of their goods because California is that state that pays out to a lot of these other. So instead of doing it that way, why don't we actually do it in such a way where everyone benefits from each other? And then instead of feeling like, well, you just take all my money. It's like they're both big farming baskets. Why aren't we working together?
I feel that 1,000% with BC right there. BC plus 100,000. Yeah. What do you think there, Badel?
You're gonna make me follow that. Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, the question was what? Something about the government shutdown and
well, yeah, just
you know, again in 2 months.
Yeah, we're gonna be
I got
at
lost
this again.
on a BC's rant.
No,
I mean, I'm okay with the government being shut down. It did not affect me at all one bit. I just hope that if it happens again or when it happens again, that all the government employees that aren't working don't get a paycheck. Because I don't feel that that's fair. If you're not at your job, why are you getting paid? I mean, unless if you're using like vacation time or whatever that you had stored, then fine. But if you're not actually there doing the job, you don't get paid. And I know like there were some people that said that, you know, they're not going to take their check. But there were some people that, you know, they're like, well, I need my paycheck. I need my paycheck to live. Well, then get to work. Oh, but I don't agree with them. Okay, well, let your bank account go dry, you know, like most Americans have to do when it comes mortgage, rent, bills, you know, all that, buying groceries, you know.
What
like,
crazy talk is this? Who has to balance their budget? What the hell are you talking about right now? My God, you're talking in tongues.
And like
you're saying adult to adult
thing that like BC was talking about. Like I do understand that. Like let us little bitty people do our things, like our own communities, but states are also affected because like here in Illinois, Pritzker, Fred Flintstone just passed a law that like all like the road taxes, 85% of the road taxes throughout the state go to the Chicago CTA. 85% of the road taxes.
There you go.
Plus they raised the tolls 45 cents each. So they're making millions even more just to what? Just to put in people's pockets?
I was about to say to line people's pockets. That's about the extent of it.
Because I mean, the only thing I've heard about the
what
CTA
Chris is saying, right? I mean,
is,
not Chris, K Diggity saying right here, and shout out to K Diggity. Welcome. You're 1,000% right. 1,000% right.
I mean, the only thing about like the CTA that I've ever heard about in Chicago is we need more cops on there because of all the stabbings, robberies, and things like that. Not like, oh, well, there's a lack of buses, a lack of bus drivers, a lack of trains. I've never heard anything like that. It's just, oh, we need more police. We need more police. But yet you got the mayor and the governor going, oh, this city is safe. It's okay. But now they're going to increase the taxes that they get. Like, okay, but if everything is safe, why do you need more money?
Yep. And shout out to JR. I see you coming on in there. And yeah, K Diggity following up with this.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Exactly right. I don't know, guys. What do you think? I think we kind of beat that government shutdown thing to death. And you know, with don't worry, folks. Listen, we're only 2 months away from having to have this conversation again.
Moral of the story is politics within a politic.
Exactly. Have no fear. The corruption will continue.
I just hope that they don't pay these people next time, because then the time after that, when it happens, and these people go, okay, I'm in favor of the shutdown. Oh, wait, you know what? Hold on a minute. I'm not going to get paid till it starts back up. So maybe I should think about this and speak my mind or change something or do something, not just, it's okay. I'm going to get paid to sit at home and do nothing anyways. So who cares?
Right. Yeah. Just like COVID. Anyway, again, going down going down the proverbial rabbit hole. BC, you better get us to that next article, or we ain't never gonna make it.
Well, this one I saw floated on Truth Social, I guess it would have been. I'm sure plenty of people heard about it. I saw about it on X, and then it was I believe Thomas Massey was the one that posted about it, and then was immediately like, "Oh, so we're gonna start trying to draft a bill about this." And I think it's one of the better ideas where U.S. citizens to get direct payments for health insurance, and that was during the whole government shutdown. Since everyone was talking about, well, you have a problem with the healthcare, figure out a way to fix it. I think one of the easiest ways to really fix it is to get government out of it. We already have this all lined up, and instead of handing it directly to the insurance companies that can just raise costs the next time, a great way to force competition is to let people shop for their own insurance again.
Good point. I'm glad you said it that way again, because it was Obamacare that created this shit fandango that we're currently living through right now, where people like us can't afford insurance. It's like, please, let's, okay. Here goes the blood pressure again. Calm down. Calm down. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't want to interrupt, but I had to.
So they had a whole synopsis on it, and President Donald Trump has floated directly paying Americans for their healthcare costs. He urged Senate Republicans to redirect ACA premium subsidies directly to Americans, enabling them to buy their own insurance. He criticized Obamacare, which, fair, as long as we can keep the Obamacare where you can't deny people insurance because of, prerequisites that they have on their health, then I'm okay with it. Get rid of Obamacare, keep it just as open, and we're all paying into the system. It's a step towards what we could have that like every other, first world nation has, whereas like a basic universal healthcare instead of comprehensive universal healthcare.
I got you.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Whether you have health care or not, or insurance, a hospital cannot deny you in case of an emergency.
Yeah, for emergency services, sure.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just walk in there and go, I don't have insurance, I cut my finger off. They'll be like, okay, well, here's a Band-Aid. Best of luck.
Well, it's like, but you're talking about strictly for emergency situations,
right?
Where it's like you get into all of the other things, like just a basic healthcare checkup at the doctor's office.
Yeah, it's
extremely expensive. When it wouldn't be very hard to make it cost $100. That's especially if you're going to have competition between insurance companies. Now these doctors actually have to fight to get these healthcare companies to pay them, and they're going to offer better rates. You're able to, like, the X-ray machine that they used, it was paid off 20 years ago, yet they're still charging you $5,000 to get an X-ray. That's criminal. That is absolutely criminal. The only thing that you should really having to be paid for is like the tech to be able to analyze it. The actual, and most of the time they don't actually use the physical sheet anymore. It's all a computer. So like that's not even a cost, but like basic costs where it's like it shouldn't cost that much. And a lot of that healthcare shouldn't cost that much.
No, and in reality, it doesn't. It's only because they got to go through the insurance system that it costs that much. I mean,
like the government and the military does the same thing. I mean, a $3 plastic clip that holds your fender well into your car, costs you $6 because it's made by the company, installed by a certified technician. But then if you go into the military, that same clip is like $800.
What you mean,
Just
like the
for
$40,000?
and then they charge you like $1,800 to have it installed on this military vehicle, and it's like, oh, so now it's like a almost $3,000 clip, which is like a 30-second print off a 3D printer, and it's worth like pennies.
Well, that's like the $40,000 that Boeing sold the U.S. government in one of their high altitude planes.
Yep.
Because they can get away with it. And it's the same thing that the insurance companies are doing right now. They didn't have to be like, oh, well, your insurance rates are going to triple just because of this. I'm sorry. That's straight up BS. That you're driving the healthcare cost in general. Because if you go to the doctor's office and you're like, hey, I want to get a checkup, and you're like, but I'm going to pay in cash. It is not as expensive as the healthcare company is like, well, we covered $600 of your healthcare visit and you've got to pay the $65 copay. Like, it's all BS. Somebody that is a paper pusher
monthly to keep your coverage, so then they can pay that high extortion fee, when you can just go in there with cash and go, hey, here's a couple $100. Thank you.
Yep. And that's the crazy part, is it's most of that healthcare, the what you're paying in healthcare is all administrative costs. So somebody that's not actually doing jack shit just made a bunch of money.
There you go. Welcome to the government. Or government adjacent.
Like, long story short, like, I've known people that have been in the hospital for like a week or a month, set amount of times. And like, oh yeah, they'll bring this bag and they don't even use it, and they get charged like $800 or $1,800 for this bag of say saline, just for an example, because that's the only thing I can pull off the top of my head. And it's like, well, you didn't even use it, but yet you're charging me for it. And it's like, lately I've been seeing things on Facebook and otherwhere where like you can use AI to analyze your bills and get them like cheaper. Yes. I mean, I've never used it, but I understand, like, hey, I'm sure that's more than possible.
Yeah, and what you got going on right there? A good comment to highlight right there.
Well, it's like
on fire.
It's a very valid complaint. It's like, I've got health insurance and somehow they got me for $5,000 this year and last year. And how much healthcare did you actually go use? Or it's like, you paid them $10,000, and how much did they actually fork out to any healthcare costs? And that's just because they can, it's getting absolutely ridiculous.
Yep. I don't disagree. 1,000%. It's only going to get to his comment. It's only going to get worse. It is only going to get worse year over year.
Like health insurance, it's also about every insurance, like car insurance. How many years do most people pay on car insurance just to claim like 10, 15, maybe $20,000 of loss? Or like for me, it was like business insurance. I paid business insurance for 15 years. I had one claim that got denied.
I got denied.
Hey, okay.
Bonus.
At least thank you for not helping me, but that would have been like a couple thousand, but I've paid you how many thousands over the 2 decades that I had you guys. Like, thank you for sticking up for me, but how much money did I pay you guys just to say no one time?
Yep. Agreed.
That's how it goes.
It's part of let's try and spit that out. It, in my opinion, is part of what is currently breaking the back of this government, and it's going to be just worse, just so much worse. My humble opinion. But yet, we still have something else to discuss to get your blood pressure boiling.
This one shouldn't be.
I'm only at 30%. I got time. There you go. Why don't we bring that up? Because we started on this discussion way back in the beginning here, but we should probably bring it back around.
Yeah, this is the biggie. It was floated out, and Trump gives an update. This was from last evening. So just gave an update on it about when it's kind of supposed to come out here. And President Trump promised a 2,000 tariff dividend checks for American citizens are coming. And he's promising that, but no date has been finalized yet. The president gave an update on the timing of the potential payouts on Friday, saying they won't come in time for the Christmas shopping season. Instead, he said he's planning to dole them out in 2026 as he grapples through midterm election cycle. It will be next year. The tariffs will allow us to give a dividend. We're going to do a dividend, and we're also going to be reducing the debt, Trump told reporters aboard Air Force One en route to Mar-a-Lago. There's not really a whole lot more in that article.
Again, at the end of the day, to me, the point is I'll believe it when I see it, first and foremost, and I don't see it happening. I'm just gonna say, and yeah, I don't see it going out kind of like they did with the stimmy checks for COVID. I just don't see it happening that way. I think if it's gonna happen, it's gonna end up being more along the lines of like I mentioned earlier, like Piper was talking about this morning, tax break or something you claim on the 2026 taxes or whatever. Something along that line. My opinion. What do you think, BC? Are we likely to see the actual direct deposit of a check, or are we going to see something else that's in our taxes?
So, I mean, both ideas were floated. President Trump came out and said a check. We did see his economic advisor say a tax rebate might be floated, and then Trump came out and told him, no, we don't want to do that. We're going to do a check. I can understand why. A big part of that is going to be that lump sum payment.
It's like, here, you get some money. You get some money.
Yep,
you get some money. Yeah.
It does look a whole lot better. Kind of like the buy vote kind of thing, especially with midterms coming on up. It also does the caveat of being able to be a lump sum that can directly boost the economy that is struggling a little bit because of the tariffs. So like that's that idea that I was talking about, whereas it's like if you're going to do a payment off of it, it kind of helps negate some of the downside effects that you're seeing from the tariffs. We're already halfway to being able to pay for the supposed dividend. So I don't know, you give it till like September-ish next year, we'd probably have close to the amount that we would need to give the qualifying Americans their $2,000 check. And that would be massively helpful to help spur demand. It would also help with some of those job numbers. I know there's going to be a bunch of people like me that are just going to stash it in the market and say, thank you for the free Bitcoin. But like, there are a bunch of people where it's actually going to be extremely helpful. Whereas like this will buy people groceries for the next, say, 4 months, especially if it's a household.
Well, maybe by then, BC.
$2,000 groceries for 4 months? No. Maybe
depends on your family.
Well,
you know,
exactly.
My family, if we got a $4,000 check, it's just me, my girl, and her son. That's groceries for at least 4 months.
There you go.
We don't eat expensive. We've 2,000, say like $500 a month for a family of 3 or 4. I'm like, maybe.
Well, and again, that's at today's prices. I don't see food at today's prices when those checks come out. But I brought Andy's comment up here because I didn't think this was still a thing anymore. Is that still a thing?
That's something that was kind of flooded as well. That was something that was floated as well. So it's like there's
I've never heard anything about that.
It all just depends on how they're going to do this. It's going to take a little bit of time. You know, we are still making deals. We're still kind of seeing what's going to be coming in from the tariffs. We haven't even had a full year of tariffs. We don't know how much money is going to be coming in like that. And that would be a big help to families. It's not going to help you immediately, but yes, over the long term, that would help someone a whole lot more. When you're getting to adulthood, like, oh, well, now I could potentially go get a house, which is like a big problem for the youth.
Absolutely is. Absolutely is. And I don't need to Google it, Andy. You're telling me. I need to go do it. That's why you're here. Oh my goodness. That's funny.
Can I say my opinion about that $2,000 tariff check?
No, Badel, you're on the show and you're not allowed to give opinions.
I am 100% a Trump supporter, but I am so tired of hearing about all these little checks that are going to be given out, and nothing's happened. And I'm sorry, but I don't get any of those checks. I never got that stimulus from 2019, 2020 from the last president. Like, I don't need a government handout. And whether I got it or not, it doesn't matter. But
you can still go back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can still go back on your taxes and get that stimulus check.
Yeah, but that would mean I have to file taxes, though. So.
Wait, but
that's why you didn't get your stimulus check, sir. That is the exact reason you didn't get your stimulus check. Because it was deposited into the accounts that your taxes go off of.
And there, see, there it is. You got to pay your taxes. There it is.
You screwed yourself.
Go to them, and guess what? Neither of us got it. So the money that I was supposed to get, that was supposed to go to my kids, nobody got it. So now it's still
you played yourself. You played yourself, Badel. You got to pay taxes. It was direct deposited into the account that your tax refund was deposited into. I got all three of them.
About the full tax thing afterwards, but no, I'd get so
sir, I think you need. I'm not the proper person to talk to about where's the banner. This is not financial or tax advice.
Yes,
because I am not a tax attorney, so you're gonna have to go get yourself one of those. I know a few good ones, and we can get it done. That's a lot of free Bitcoins, but that's some free XRP for you.
I really don't feel like,
it's funny just like, it's just like
the last government handout that everybody got, right? Everybody was happy for it. A lot of people used and abused it. And now it's going to be, it's a lesser amount, but is there going to be any business
greater
loans
amount
in there last time? Is there going to be this, that? Like, I know a lot of people that started a new business to get to $10,000 through the C loan. And supposedly they never had to pay that back. And it's like, no, I should have done that, but I wasn't looking for a government handout. I wasn't applying for one.
So what you're complaining that you didn't get a government handout that you didn't want anyway? Am I getting this correct?
No, I didn't apply for the $10,000 business loan because I already had a business that was running, but the free money I should have maybe gotten, but I didn't need it at the time.
You're making me scratch my head here, sir.
I know, right?
So you don't want a government handout, but you're mad you didn't get the government handout. Which one is it, bud? Did you want it and you kind of wish you would had it, or because you can still go get it? Like it's a little. You can back file taxes 3 years, so this is like the last year you could do it.
I don't like the way that they word it. Is that everybody gets it?
Yeah, if you pay your taxes.
But they don't say that. They just say everybody gets it.
No, they did. They did say that. They caveated that. They said it goes into the account that your tax refund is direct deposited.
Like nobody really reads ever.
So it's my fault that you don't educate yourself? They bank on you not reading the fine print.
I can be mad at
like most contracts.
I'm still not going to get the money, so it is what it is.
You can still go get the money.
Nope.
And
I
here you
won't.
go.
'Cause I won't fall back.
I give up.
I know. It is what it is. But you mentioned XRP, and I'm glad you did, because I meant to talk before we even started the stream and be like, we should probably mention the XRP ETF, don't you think? I mean, I'm a fan of XRP, not, but it's worthy
I'll say
of
there's
note.
there are definitely worse crypto projects that could get an ETF. I'll put it that way.
You're absolutely right. I mean, don't misunderstand. I was very surprised when a lot of this stuff went through with the government while it was shut down. Found out later why, et cetera, et cetera. But beyond that, how do you guys feel about XRP getting their ETF? We'll end off on a crypto note here.
Honestly, I don't have too many feelings about it one way or another. I like that it is a project that has utility. So the 3 that did get approved, I don't have a whole lot of complaints about them because it's more of a legitimate crypto project. Whether I'm going to buy the legitimate crypto project or not has nothing to do with it. At least it's that, and it's not like Trump coin, or it's not cheap,
well, that one's coming,
or it's not. Yeah, we're like that. I'm going to raise complaints with. Whereas in like HBAR, absolutely okay with. Actually serves a function, has utility. It's a technological use case. I have other complaints with ETFs in general when it comes to crypto, but like if you are going to do one, at least choose one that's a legitimate project that actually will bring good light to the crypto space, and not something like Trump coin or Doge or Shiba Inu or name a meme coin.
I could name a couple of other coins, but that might aggravate some people. Anyway, what about you, Badel? What are you thinking about the whole XRP ETF?
I don't know, because I've been holding on to it for so long that I sold it all, I don't know, 6-8 months ago, just so everybody could stop calling me the XRP maxi. And I'm like, I'm not shilling XRP. It's like, dude, I bought it at 20 cents. It's at $3. Why would I not sell? And everybody was like mad. Like, I was just talking about XRP a lot now. And now XRP is coming back into the market. Like a couple months after I sold everything at a very high profit. Like,
hey, I whatever. I mean, it is what it is. It was gonna get it. It's kind of like Solana. Can't stand Solana. They got the ETF thing, but I'm just hoping it doesn't come back and kick the crypto space in the face. That's all. And
I just feel like originally, like XRP had a mindset, as Solana was kind of like, it was just Solana. Like, it didn't really say anything. Like, XRP had like the world global banking system, and it wants to like be in control of that, or not be in control, but it wants to. They want their blockchain to be used for like the world transit banks, and it wants to be used around the world. Like they had this idea, and I bought in, 6-7 years ago, or maybe 5 years ago, but.
Yep. No, I listen, my thought process is this. Like I said, not a XRP fan. I literally hold 0 XRP at this moment. Not planning on investing in any. But it's just another avenue for people who, or institutions or family offices, whatever, that want access to be able to get access. That's all it is to me. And exposure, adoption.
We should ask Joe about this on Friday night if he joins, because I know he does like XRP, and I was like, hey, I'm all for XRP, but I'm not like XRP is going to solve the world problems. I'm like, hey, I'm just here to make money. Like, that's it. Like, I bought it at 20 cents. I sold it $2.80. I sold over $3. Like, I made money.
XRP won't solve the world problems, because that's what Bitcoin's going to do.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Adam Simpson
BC PortCorp kind of understands me. He's like, hey, I bought it at low and I sold it for the high.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I made money.
That's the whole point, you know.
Exactly.
And like, I do understand the exposure with ETFs. My big problem with it is that crypto is a technology and it's not something that you just buy to have number go up, you know. Whereas in like, it has now been misconstrued on what its actual purpose is to the TradFi and anyone that's going into TradFi markets. And it kind of like takes some of that sting away from the revolution that is crypto. That's my biggest problem with the ETFs.
There you go.
Yeah, like with XRP, like all I heard about like for the last 4 or 5 years is the Swift network, the Swift system. And it's like, oh, it's the banking of all the banks. And it's like, oh, but they're going to use XRP, or then they're going to use Ethereum, they're going to use this, and they're going to use that, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, everybody changes their minds every time they turn around. So,
well, actually,
I've been doing this for 5 years. Like, I'm not saying
Swift
XRP won't be it, but I just don't know.
Swift partnered with Link, and Link is going to help them build their own blockchain. It's what I've been saying for a while, that none of these alts really matter that much, because the technology that they aim to replace, those companies are going to just they're going to adopt that technology, but they're not going to adopt those altcoins for that technology. They're going to be like, oh, that's a cool idea. Thanks. We're going to build that because we want control of it. We can't have fluctuating prices because that makes it very unstable to transact with if you want to move large amounts of money around. But like, Bitcoin ain't going anywhere. That's the one difference on that. Whereas in Bitcoin is not a technology that any of these companies can really adopt like that. Bitcoin is its own thing. All of these other alts that were aiming to replace a system of TradFi is just going to have their technology copied.
There you go. And TechMan in the house. Appreciate you being here, bub.
The nice thing about like the blockchain and the crypto is you have 5, 6, maybe 10 chains competing for like master of that one chain, but there's thousands of chains out there. So it's like, oh, you're gonna be the master of this chain, but we don't even use that chain. What's the point of that chain? Like, okay, well, what's the next? You know, let's go up with a few more chain links, right? Like, and just be like, okay, well, you're like 3 times the size of all these companies. What can you offer us? Yeah. And it's just finding a business, finding a blockchain that fits their needs.
There you go. I don't know, guys. I think we did a decent show here tonight. Hopefully, we got everybody thinking, gave them some new stuff to think about. I say we start wrapping things up here. We probably should start with next. Is it next week? Wait, before I make the.
No, that's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, okay. I want to get the dates correct here. Yeah. And it is not. So you're going to be seeing promotions coming. We're going to have Crux of Crypto on the show in a couple of weeks. So make sure that you're watching for that. If all goes the way it's supposed to go, I'm going to be putting that show together tomorrow. And so we'll start promoting it soon. So make sure that you're watching for that. That is what's coming on HODL the Line. But let's see. Badel, you're on that side. There we go. Go ahead. Start us off. Anything you got going on that we should know about? I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but you might. You never know.
Oh, I know we didn't do the show last week, but I said in the morning I wasn't going to be on because we had to go to the store to buy a new washer and dryer, which ended up getting delivered Saturday morning.
Nice.
So been busy doing laundry, yard work, and just getting ready for the cold. I mean, other than that, like,
it's coming.
I gotta maybe redo or fashion up my my downstairs studio for the winter because it's too cold to go outside right now.
Sure, absolutely. Well, you got to do something there, brother. You know, we can't not have you around on Friday nights. You know.
I did get the solar wires buried and dug. I don't know if I said that
You did, but that's good.
2 weeks ago. But okay.
Yep.
I got all that. So I got the solar generator in the house. We're gonna put it in the kitchen. We're just trying to figure out one of two locations, but
nice.
simple stuff.
Excellent. All right, BC, what about you? What say you, sir? What do you got going on? You got any guests coming on to the morning show anytime soon, or what?
Not really. I do have Crux coming on this weekend on Counter This.
What? You're preempting us? What?
I asked him, we talked about this one a long time ago. We wanted to get through community first, and then we had a topic that Crux wanted to talk about with us. So that is going to be about how we change the government structures on financial interests of like politicians. So how do we get away the financial interest of politicians and it kind of incentivize them to actually work for us, which they're supposed to be doing anyway? Like you're my employee.
Bribery, which is what it is right now. Yeah.
You're my employee. Stop taking these big corporations' money and doing good things for them and pooping on me. I don't appreciate it.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
Just because you pay taxes, or we all pay taxes, and you feel that they're a government employee, does not mean that they have to listen to you, okay?
Yes, it does, actually.
It does. Government for the people, by the people. That's
literally the whole, that's the whole caveat of government. If it's not, then what is it there for?
Exactly. Absolutely.
Like, we might as well just not have it and have anarchy. Like that's the whole point of it, was to benefit society. And if you don't have the societal structures that are actually benefiting the people, then there's no point in the government.
There you go.
Well, what I was saying though was kind of like an old term thing, is like, oh, like just because you pay me and I'm a public servant doesn't mean I have to listen to you. But I mean, that was like the way it's been forever. And nowadays, like in the last few years, it's really changed, because there are people going out there and they're doing things and finding out people's incomes that are getting paid from our taxes. And they're like, oh, hey, you made, all right. So for a short example, a maintenance technician in a village near us made $282,000 last year. 102,000 of that was in overtime. And it's like, how does this guy work 56 hours a week, but he's at home by 11 o'clock every day, and he only works like 3 or 4 hours? And it's like, okay, well, okay, this guy's making good money because he has an important job, right? He's a manager of whatever, but he only works 3 hours a day for 4 days a week. And it's like, oh, that must be nice.
Work as a contractor for the government.
Make almost $250,000 a year and work 12 hours a week. Okay, let's go for that.
There's a lot of stuff like that in the government, and
and I feel like it's just trickling down, because like the whole Department of Doge, which nobody's really talked about in a little while, like that was the whole point, is cut down on all this cost. And I feel like because that came out and a lot of people heard about it, like other people are looking at like their towns, their villages, their cities, their counties, their state, and everybody's just like overlooking everything. And it's like, okay, and then people are coming together going, okay, well, this is how we cut costs.
Well, the thing is that if the highest levels are allowed to do it, then why shouldn't everyone be? And that's the biggest problem. You've got super PACs of giant interests that are that pay for the president to run, and then he just implements their deals. Like that's corruption. Point blank, that's corruption, and it all needs to go away.
Absolutely.
Like you're pricing out the actual individual from being able to run for president, someone that could actually like make a difference, all because they're not gonna suck off some big corporation.
Facts. Facts. Oh, I'll be interested. I want to see that show. What's the time again for everybody that didn't catch it?
That will be 2 p.m. on Saturday on Counter This on YouTube. It'll also be on my X. LBC might be streaming it on a location for him as well. But we'll have Crux on there, me and LBC, 2 p.m. on Saturday.
Excellent. And for myself, I got a bit of a busy week or so this week here. I've got my Matrix Money podcast tomorrow night with Crypto Jar, 6 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to have Dr. Jay Corzan on the stream. He's going to be talking to us about his experience with trying to get cryptocurrency integrated into his brick and mortar business. So we're going to definitely hear his journey with regard to that. And I'm hoping that a lot of you will come into the chat and ask questions to help kind of like piece it out. And as a matter of fact, especially if you've got a brick and mortar business yourself and maybe either have or want to integrate crypto into that business. Now, Wednesday, my 11 o'clock live stream is still a little bit in the air. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be able to do that this week, but I will be back this Friday night for Crypto on the Rocks, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then on Saturday, I have the senior series first Q&A session for seniors live on Saturday. And I'll be joined by Crypto Billy. That's at 11 a.m. This coming Saturday. And then, hey, there you go. There's your Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern time with Dave Digital and the Simple Terms podcast. And then 11 a.m., my channel, talking to seniors. You can help answer questions in the chat. I'm hoping we'll get a lot of questions. We'll see. Either way, we're going to give them some information, but hopefully we'll be answering a lot of questions live. And then 2 p.m., bam, you got BC. So there's a power-packed Saturday.
And you're referring to all this in Eastern time, right?
BC, your 2 p.m. is Eastern time, correct?
Yes. Yeah. 2 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. Everything is there. There you go. All right. I think that's it, guys. Anything else you guys want to throw out before we kind of wrap this thing up?
I didn't have anything.
I'll see everyone in the morning. Go ahead. Sorry.
I didn't have anything. I'll see everyone in the morning. Bright and early.
Bright and early. Yep. Badel, what do you got?
Oh, I was going to say the holidays are slowly approaching us, so make sure to be safe and stay healthy.
Yes. Facts, man. Facts. All right, guys. Have a good night. Don't forget, we'll be back again next Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. HODL the Line. Thanks for being here. Thanks for keeping that chat active. And we're going to dance our way out. Take care, everybody.
Yeah, fingers frozen, call it ice on my grip. Wallet getting heavy, yeah, it's making me trip. Charge doing backflips, but I'm steady, don't slip. Never fold, got a diamond script, no eclipse. Wolves in the market, they circle and pray. I'm a bull on parade, charging every payday. Paper hands crumble, they just fade away. I'm stacking sats, building castles where I stay. Diamond hands, I ain't letting it go. Stacking up, yeah, I'm watching it grow. Riding waves, yeah, I'm surfing the flow. Up and down, but my faith never low. Diamond hands, yeah, they gleam and they shine. Through the storm, I just hold the line. Day and night, yeah, I'm always aligned. Crypto king, yeah, the throne is mine. They panic sell, but I'm calm in the